G'day, mate, and welcome back to Factorio. Today, I'm looking at a base with Wismerhill. He sent me this, 3 weeks ago, I think? Yeah?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yes. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah. Well, it's evening for me and, lunchtime for you. No.
Something like that, yes.
Yeah. It's taken us a couple of weeks to get together because we were trying to actually have him in the base with me and take me through some of the details, because this is heavily modified. And we're starting down here I caught him in the middle of outposting. With this lovely train. Is that going the right way? No.
Well, we need to move it manually because
or
maybe, yeah, we need to. It needs to be moved manually since the station is filled. The train won't come in.
Oh. So, we're down here looking at his outpost. Too far.
Yeah, far enough. It's okay.
There we go. So we're looking at his outpost blueprint, and you've made this blueprint, and you dump this down in every outpost, because I've looked at a number of your outposts, and they all have this.
Every outpost that needs some defense, I dump this one.
Yep, which is covered by guns, laser, flamethrowers, bit of everything. He's got one station for loading it and unloading the train with all the goodies.
Yeah, this is the one.
Yeah. No, that's the one that takes the ore out, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. So one for doing ore in and out, out. Another one for bringing in the train with all the goodies that keeps the biters at bay. And then a second station hidden in the exact same slot that actually loads in the flamethrower. Oh, thanks, autosave.
I can show you that one since I've put the train on stop for a while.
No, flamethrower fuel's flamethrower fuel. But you have set up a heap of smarts to run this, haven't you?
Yes. So yes, basically, I want the station to open up when some crucial item is missing, and that will call the train.
Okay.
If the station is filled up, the train won't come. The station will be closed. And the same goes with oil, which monitors those 4 tanks.
Mm-hmm.
And when those 4 tanks are completely empty, it will call the oil train. And I have some backup, basically some buffer, with these 2 tanks that should basically hold up the biters for as long as it needs for the train to come.
Ages. We all know flamers don't use that much fuel, especially from the community map. We've been burning flamethrowers non-stop for days on end now.
Yeah. Difference is I use crude oil. I don't know if it makes a difference, but
I think flamers burn the same amount of liquid per second, no matter what. Fluid consumption 3 per second. Yep. So you got a tank of 25 here and a 25,000 here. 50,000 divided by 3 per second equals hours of flamer fuel. That's the important thing. You never want your flamers to run out of fuel. So you manually seed this with 25 Logibots, 50 construction bots.
That's for this one because it's going to be a big one, since I have an ore field on the south and on the north. Yeah. So it's going to be fed by both sides.
Dual importing. And you've got the loader mod installed. Which makes
yes, I have the loader module, which bugs a little bit when I stamp the blueprints. If you look right, there are some loaders that are the wrong side, so basically I need to pick them up and put them back down in the correct order.
Oh.
That's my routine. Well, some stuff doesn't work the way you want it, and I do this every time, so maybe I should make a blueprint without the loader and do that manually next time. That's a little problem with it. Otherwise, works perfectly fine. It unloads the train at tremendous speed, or loads it in this case. I have those long boxes which are
take all the effort out of it. It's one long chest.
It
so
does,
like I said, this game,
the smart is exactly the same. I have those chests that are monitored by this combinator, which basically allows me to fill the chest at the same speed. That way, when the station opens up, because it's all my ore station have the same name.
Yeah.
When all the chests contain what can fill one train, the stations opens up.
Which is 8k iron.
8k iron, or 8k anything, basically.
Yeah.
So to make sure every wagon of the train is loaded, I make sure there is roughly the same amount of ore in each box.
Okay, so suggestions I have for you so far. One, put down artillery, because light shows are always awesome. You got no artillery in the train.
No, I don't have it in the train. I should have it on me, but not this time.
Oh! We're hoping you put on a show for us.
There are some stuff that are still missing.
So, swap out the loaders. You're going to have to go searching on the mod portal for mini loaders. They take up the same size of an inserter, but at least they'll blueprint down every single time. Whilst we're here and I'm on the roll of suggestions, you'd have to rejig your oil somewhere, but I would be moving this roboport into the center wagon and hooking up 2 inserters to put in Logibots and construction bots straight into the roboport. So you can literally blueprint this down and the roboport would be auto-loaded with, call it 50 robots, because you'd link up with wires to the roboport. You'd have to put down the roboport and half the blueprint, whatever you got in your inventory, call in the train, it does the rest. So, let's go look at your base.
Okay. You have the helm, put it on automatic. There we go.
And that's the oil train coming in to fill the base up.
Exactly.
Which has all the pretty stuff, except the big artillery gun, which we all want to see. We all want to see that one.
Oh. It's at the defense station, so we're going to be able to pick it up.
Yeah, I don't want to come back down.
There are lots of other artillery.
That's a lot of trees.
Yeah, planted manually, you know.
Because you were bored and just needed some pretty scenery?
Yeah, something like that. You know, I knew I was streaming today, so I took up the gardening.
See, my idea of trees is deconstruction planner.
Yeah, I know. But they also suck up pollution, which is quite handy in the beginning when you want to keep the biters at bay.
Yes. Now, I've been looking at your base, and you've got a lot of mods installed. You've got starter armor installed, which was a Mark II.
It's Mark II.
Armor.
Basically, it's a complete set of armor.
It's this one I have in my inventory, which is gets you up and running, but no legs, which would be terribly slow.
Yeah, and the bots are so slow.
They are. But free bots is free bots.
Exactly.
You have the warehouse mod, which lets you buffer the hell out of everything. And I was looking at your unload
Keeps the base
stations.
running.
Yeah, I think you could do it without these warehouses. But
Oh, I could, no problem.
You know you don't need that piece of belt, right?
Which one?
This one.
Makes an 8 into a 6.
Look, I made the 8 into a 6.
Yeah. Okay.
This is serious. Which one of these is suffering? No, this will do.
Iron is suffering. Here.
No. I found belts. No, I need one with throughput. Iron is suffering. Okay, so let's go here to here. I'm gonna duplicate that. And I'm gonna cut the input. Cut this output and this output. We'll cut that input. Where are your iron trains?
Somewhere.
Not running fast.
I have no idea. The iron station opens and closes regarding what's in the inventory. There are 3 trains, which is supposed to be enough to feed the base.
It's not.
But no, well, basically the problem is I have not enough ore produced, so that's why I was outposting. I have another station that way trains can go there and fill it up. But with 3 trains, it will maintain the base.
And of course, it ripped up the wrong. The train came and filled the wrong side for me. Come on, flow faster, iron.
There's a lot of belts.
I know there's a lot of belts. Okay. So you've got the bottom feeding out here to feed to the top.
No. Each chest feeds one of these warehouse. That's why there's a huge spaghetti. Every chest has one loader that goes for one of those warehouses.
See, I see your problem. Your train's sitting here with nowhere to go. Because there's no one with
Exactly.
enough iron.
Because no outpost is open because there is no ore.
Yeah.
That's why.
The next one's
That's the way I know I need to make a new outpost, basically.
Alright. So train's unloading super fast. And I'm gonna prove to you that this is a 6-way balancer. This is a 6-way with wasted space. Alright, so we're watching?
Yes, I am.
1, 2. Now, what you fed through is not fully compressed. It's finally fully compressed, but there are still occasionally gaps, and you're feeding this crap around the outside. Meanwhile, my one's feeding straight through. And it just means that the input belts are only going to use 6/8 of the time.
And that will basically solve one of the problems I had, because I made sure each one of these chests went to one of the outside belts because of the feedback, which lowers the input. Yep.
Huh?
Point proven.
Point proven. Yours is still running with ore.
Yeah.
It's running around in circles.
Yeah, point proven. I'll modify that.
So this is the standard 8/8 balancer I've used all through my series. You've seen them yourself. And
yeah, that's where I've taken it from.
Yep. It's an 8 to a 6, or an 8 to a 4, or an 8 to 2, or an 8 to a 3. It's an 8 to anything. Anything up to 8. So, there's suggestion number 1. Now, I was looking at your iron smelters. Now, because you've got loaders, you don't have to do the funny trick that the rest of us have to do to fully compress the belt.
No, the first one I tried it, basically, there were still gaps. So I figured, why not put a chest, a loader? The chest will... I just output in the chest, and that solves this.
Yeah, it does solve this. But then my question is here, you have 13 furnaces, which outputs a full belt of iron.
Yes.
And then you're trying to fit a full belt of iron into 15?
Yeah, 15. There are 2 more. And there is max rates, so it's roughly it. It uses roughly the whole stuff.
But the iron won't get to the end, will it?
The iron goes to the end.
Is it?
Yeah, production modules.
But that doesn't slow it
Max
down.
rate calculator it. The thing is there.
I'm not arguing the ratio works. I'm saying that the 40 iron is already used by the time you get to the 13th smelter.
Nope. It says I have 0.5 machine on more for iron.
Oh, we've got max calculator installed. There you go. So you're using per second 40.2. Okay. Alright, so I learnt something. We can do a 13 with a 15. Somehow.
Yes.
Somehow.
I think I said that to you first time I went to your stream, and you told me, yeah, who cares?
Yeah, you probably did, and it's one of the things that I've put off with a I'll look at it later. It's a later problem. But there's a big difference between a later problem than actually seeing it in front of you, and being able to test it out live in a map. Now I sort of recognize this green circuit build.
Yes, I've taken it from you too.
Yeah.
Basically, the one I didn't sideload, and so I had no place for the beacon, and I thought I always want to build something that can be improved later. So I thought, yeah, that's a good idea, so why not take it?
Yes.
And It's the best kind of flattery. Imitation is the best
It-
kind of flattery you can see.
It
So,
is. It is. But then I was looking at red circuit build, and I'm like, hang on. The plastic runs out.
the plastic runs out. Yeah, it's not. It goes sometimes to the top, not every time.
Yeah. Yeah. Needs a touch of work. I do like the way that you've snuck copper in here. I do admit this is wonderful to get into the copper cable machines. Go away, bots. Go away, autosave. Go away, bots. You're annoying me. Yeah, I do love the way that you've snuck the copper right up the side, brought it out to nowhere to run it into the copper cable machine. That's a very nice trick.
Well, had to go somewhere, and I figured why not this way? There's some space. Let's use it.
Yeah. And then we've got the same green circuit build again, just slightly extended.
Yeah, and it's dedicated for the blue.
I know.
This one is entirely dedicated for the blue build.
I know, because blue builds like the green circuits. But then I want to ask you, you've got one blue circuit belt being fed into a warehouse and then split into two belts. Why two belts?
Yes, because it looks nice.
Okay. So
the same is for the red. Basically, I put in two reds and I output two reds and can be updated to blues and well.
Yeah. See, I understand like two belts of red circuits being outputted to two belts of red circuits, but the one to the two, I'm like, there's no point.
There's no point. No.
Good.
It's just I had two belts of reds, so why not put two belts of blues? And well, as you can see, it's backed up, so I'm not too concerned about it.
And then the green circuits for productivity modules. You've intentionally turned this off?
Nope. It's being. It's probably a waterfall malfunction.
Yeah. It's flowing the opposite way. This is the problem with the waterfall method and trying to pull it off the bottom belt, which is also empty, by the way. Where's that going? That's going to
make everything
green.
No, it's going to science. So that one needs to be put back. So I need to have a look at this.
Yeah. This is the problem with the waterfall method. I like the idea and I like the concept. The catch is if you want to pull off both sides, really doesn't work. You have to pull off either the top all the time or the bottom all the time.
There we go. Solved. Fixed.
By making them faster.
Exactly.
But then, yeah, same story. You've got a problem here where this one's dead, which goes to engines.
But basically, update the bus, and well, I spent a lot of time updating the iron and copper bus yesterday, and I haven't looked anything else basically.
Okay.
But I see there is some suffering on the way, and there will be some needed.
Yeah, look, I'm not a fan of the waterfall method.
It has its back throws.
Yeah, if it's very carefully planned out, it works wonderfully because, like, in theory, at this point, you could cut this belt. It's not doing anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that green circuit is going to get shoved up onto the top line. This bottom belt's not doing anything. Eventually, you can cut off another belt and another belt and another belt. The catch is that if you don't stop and really look through everything, then you end up with situations where green science is getting no electronic circuits, which is probably important.
It is.
I do love this. This is the Christmas tree of ammo. I'm going to call it from now on. And feeding in yellow ammo to convert it into 3 reds, and then an armor piercing.
That one is not mine.
That's not yours?
It's not mine. No, it's not mine. It's taken in the credits. It's for basically. Hold on, I'm gonna check out whose
Factorio
credit.
prints.
Yeah, but it's Yoni's war supply, which I picked up on one of Exterminator's review.
Oh, okay. When he was doing
Yep. As
whatever
is
it's called.
this one and the boom one.
See, I wasn't a fan of this one. I've personally built a destroyer capture build that output a lot faster than this, because
I don't use them, but well, I wanted to build it, but I don't use it, so well. Yeah, I'd like to see yours sometime.
It's actually Exterminator's already done it. There you go. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. There we go. One of these machines is out of ratio. Yeah, it's the
Probably.
defender
I
capsule to
haven't. I
destructor
really
capsule.
haven't looked at it.
These guys take 15 seconds. This guy takes 8 seconds. So, anyway, next build. So, the boom being this one?
Yes, the whole stuff up to the uranium shells and the atomic bomb.
Okay.
And the grenades and everything.
I haven't seen these. I haven't seen these ever before. I did want to ask, why is this here, and what important job is it doing?
Probably for one of those stuff around here that needed copper wire, and I didn't want to wait, or I had not made it anywhere. So this is basically
This
stuff.
is a lazy man's make everything.
Exactly.
It's put down machine, requester, provider, copy paste, done. Because the only thing I can think of is beacons, but normally most people just
beacons are made in the make everything.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, I can't see
They are.
the copper wire. So, and especially when you've got like 6,000 copper wire sitting in these chests with no bots wanting to pick them up. With another 2,500 copper wire somewhere in the network. Yeah.
Yeah. At some point, I stopped looking at it. You know, you have so much resources, you just forget about it.
You do. Plenty of uranium. And I was looking at your... Oh, so you've updated on me. All these guys had prod mods 1s in there.
Yes.
I was gonna grill you.
No. I've been there. And that has been done for a while now.
It wasn't a save I got.
It really choose those 4 blue lanes of uranium ore, and if there is no uranium ore coming in, the bad uranium will be eaten quite fast. I got a shit ton of it right here.
Yep. Yeah, 60,000.
It's limited to the good uranium. I think I said 10,000 on those stuff. So if there's 10,000 uranium in the lane stops here, it's more than enough. And my Covarex backs up everywhere you can think. I have no idea how many good uranium I have, but I have 1 chest uncapped at each station, plus those 3 storehouse. I have a ton of it.
Yeah, I was looking, I'm like, 30,000 good uranium. That's probably a sign of a nuke or 2. Yeah, I have the same problem in the mega base. We're chewing through resources and uranium everywhere. Now, I did want to say oil. Where are all the prod mods?
That's a good question. I've never set them down. Thank you.
Oh, that's as far as I get. 50 was not nearly enough. Yeah, you're making just a tiny bit of flame fuel,
which is enough.
I do love this crossover method. Although I have to ask the tanks: is there any reason you need, like, potentially 125 and then plus the other one I just found 150,000 heavy oil?
There was. I never removed it. Basically, it's from the starter when I was doing normal cracking and had the way. I needed to store it before for my refinery to continue, and I never removed it. I just put some smart on it and then push it to lube and then push it somewhere else, and basically it gives me a couple of more outputs if I need to push it somewhere.
Yeah. Just saying, you want your base looked at. You want my critiques, and he's left barrels, tanks and tanks of crap laying around. I did want to say, why are you turning your
Well,
petroleum?
that's an...
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked you why you did it with light oil, and you told me it's a question of throughput
Efficiency.
and basically efficiency.
Yeah.
This was done already, so I might have changed it. I didn't. So it's just
Again, well, when you get around to changing it, prod mods.
yes,
Yeah.
prod mods everything.
So for those who weren't privy to that conversation, which would be just about everybody, this very, very long list of craftables we have in our inventory. So light oil to cracking to petroleum. So you put in 30 light oil to get 20 petroleum. For 10 light oil, you'd get 1 solid fuel. For 20 petroleum, you'd get 1 solid fuel. So it means for the 30 light oil you put in to get petroleum, you'd end up with 1 solid fuel. Had you not gone through the process of cracking it, saving you power, effort, time, space, you could have just turned it straight into 3 times the amount of solid fuel right off the bat. This is why I always use petroleum. I always use light oil. I do normally, in when I go bigger gigabase scale, I do have a backup of petroleum to turn into solid fuel in case my petroleum backs up and I'm using rocket fuel too fast to run trains and that sort of stuff. But yeah, this when you got time.
That's noted, and probably next time I'll just use light oil.
Yeah.
Like everybody else.
Like everybody else. And the random belt that goes somewhere important?
Former copper that hasn't been cleaned.
Just pretend that I never saw that. Okay.
Not copper, sorry.
Coal.
Coal, yeah.
Now, you are running half dozen mods. And
I am.
I need to start... Where do I need to start? I'm going to go to map view and work out where
Okay, let's go here. Let's start from the beginning, or maybe the way it was built. So one of the mod is Arboreum, which is this one. Provides you with Arboreum factories, which grows trees. Sorry.
That's all right.
So why would I want to grow trees? Well,
I have no idea.
trees are then changed into coal
Yes, I saw this. So we got coal
and oil.
It's not oil, is it?
Nah, it's a kind of oil. I don't remember. Hold on. It's called charcoal creation oil. Yeah, and
Cestro oil.
it's a kind of oil.
Yeah.
It's a kind of oil that can be turned into solid fuel.
Okay. More importantly, can it
So
be run through a
basically, I had
flamethrower?
solid fuel before I had refineries.
Yes. Which again, you've stored up just a tiny amount of.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I put in a blue belt, a red belt, and a
Boxes.
well, yeah.
Doing nothing.
Waiting to be transformed. Doing nothing. Okay.
Doing nothing. Yep. It does go to rocket fuel, which again, you've just got a small amount of. 8k. Yeah, nothing.
I don't have the throughput to feed the belt when the rockets are going, so I figured why not store heaps of it. It's going to be used anyway at some point.
Yeah.
But I'm a big storage fan.
Oh,
For every build, there is a tank or a storage or everything, well, especially for liquids.
we can see that. And look,
tank it before I use it.
I have no problem with storage as long as you use it. When I go into a base and I see, like, 10,000, I don't know, ammo on a map that has no biters, or tanks and tanks and tanks of sulfuric acid, I'm like, why? As to run my blue circuits, I'm like, if one tank of blue circuits is going to run your particular blue, one tank of acid is going to run your blue circuit build for 4 weeks straight, that tank's useless. Absolutely useless. You could have used the petroleum to run your plastic, which is lacking. But yes, so your mod also turns wood into charcoal.
Yes.
Charcoal into coal, which you run to just another small coal storage.
Yeah, basically that. I worked this map with a friend.
Yes.
And he took it upon him to make this part of it. I stick basically to mostly vanilla with with the warehouse, the loaders, and stuff like that. The special mods, the one that allows you to plant trees, and if you pick up a tree, you'll see every tree has 2 seeds.
Oh yeah, I saw that when
Those seeds goes into the arboretum to grow the trees, etc., etc. Yeah. So that's that's Biofactory Lite.
Yep.
And basically that's the part my friend played in it. It's also produced a little bit of electricity, reduces drastically pollution. I don't know if you look at the pollution cloud.
Wow. Down this bottom corner, we actually have some spots where the pollution's not pitch black, pitch red. It doesn't look like blood. It just looks okay.
That's the action of those stuff.
Okay. So for your average mega base, you need like 10 million of these. Yep.
Yes, and it's also a whole new economy. Because you can make plastic, you can make oil, you can make the stuff you need petroleum for without petroleum.
Okay. So, it's bio-industries from memory?
Yeah. This is the light because the big mod really changes some of your recipes.
It does.
It afterwards.
I have looked at bio-industries just a little bit and went, no, pass, thanks, but no pass. Oh. It's one of those mods like Bob Mobs and Angels that radically changed the game.
Not the light one, but yes.
The light one obviously is a smaller version that only slightly radically changed the game. And I want to ask why the old-fashioned smelting? Why is this stuff still hanging around?
Startup base that never has been completely decommissioned, and since it was there, it's used for the railways, it's used for some stuff, and once obviously here the iron ore has run out and I never really deconstructed it, so I brought a belt from from the bus basically to feed the iron ore here to continue to feed this stuff, so I don't have to relocate it. And I was planning to put a train here, my basically service train or the FARL, which I haven't used yet, would come down here with the station, the signals, the railways, and I could pull some landfill, some whatever I need.
You know what I missed when I started the game and what I should have put in my inventory? A nuke. That would fix this. Nukes fix starter bases. Now, I haven't looked at your science yet. So your science, your red and green is definitely going better now. You added green circuits. I believe that there's a prerequisite to green science.
All of this should be redone, modded, and moduled, etc.
Yeah,
I'm lazy. It works.
Lots of prod mods missing. So, like I said, you had Power Armor Mark II to start with. You also had another mod. Can I see the mod list? No. It's another mod that explored the starter map for you.
Yeah.
And map-wise, I gotta say, this is definitely an interesting map. There's plenty of water. There's plenty of choke points. When I loaded the map up, there were biters deciding that this little trainway here we really wanted to come across.
I think I've fixed that since, because they start bothering me, so I extended the wall, and now no one can pass.
Yes, and landmines definitely help, except your landmines
are
a fire trap.
They're there for fun. If I don't have it, they still wouldn't pass.
Yeah. And you're not poor on resources, are you? Like, this has already been tapped for a while. 9 million coal, 1.2 million uranium, which is pretty normal. And I got server not responding, so we're doing well. Oh, we're back. 14 million stone. You're running RSO or just got lucky with the gods of random?
No. It's a normal map generation. Basically, what I've left the settings for resource generation almost untouched. I've only set the field to be big, well, the biggest, and the richest.
Okay.
For the rest, and the water is low frequency, very high.
Okay. Which gives us this.
So that
this
makes that
islands
kind of
approach.
island and stuff,
Yeah.
and makes it difficult for the biters to come through, and gives me choke points where I can ambush them and basically keep my peace while I'm building up.
Yeah, and makes it difficult to get trains anywhere.
Yes, it does, and you need lots and lots and lots of
Lots of
landfill.
landfill. Yeah, yeah. I would be. I saw on the train line. Oh, this one. This one that says 52 million stone. I'd be like, yep, that one's landfill island.
Well, it was taken in kind of a rush because I had expended all the stones on the base or close by, and those are needed for the rails.
Yes.
So that was the main reason.
Yes.
So my landfill factory is very small compared to yours, and it's right here.
Yeah, that's. You got
One factory.
5.8 in storage, yeah. Plus on the 10.
So it's put in a normal chest, which is then loaded into a passive provider, so I can request it and have it boxed somewhere at the defense station, so I can pick it up when I go there.
So your science builds are pretty standard. There's
Yes,
nothing special. Skylab is definitely interesting with direct insertion. So we're going.
Yeah, you've seen that one already, which is the one I've put on your server yesterday, I think.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't been up to Skynet for a while.
It's the Skynet build I made, and you removed my tanks. Don't
I
you
did.
remember that?
There you go. Yes, I removed the tanks. Oh, yes. see, I got to rotate the whole thing 90 degrees. Now I recognize it. Yes. I do love the use of direct insertion. It means less crap sitting around on belts doing a whole lot of nothing. Again, batteries with just a tank.
Yeah, I tank everything. It's maybe it's a bad habit, but it works.
It does work, and like I said, I have no issue as long as it's being used. But Skynet's not exactly what you call high use, and it's got 25,000 acid and 25,000 lube just sitting here doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. Forever.
At some point, it was completely empty. So my acid production has been boosted recently.
Yeah.
Because I had still the starter facility and it couldn't follow up. So I came up with this, which makes way more than I can handle. And since the tank were already there, didn't remove them.
Yeah. Look, I have this thing about if I store, like you've stored 150 plus thousand acid, it means I'm going to realize, or you're going to realize you're running out of acid 150,000 after I do. I realize I'm running out a lot sooner, but that means I do something about it sooner, whereas you just run off a buffer for ages before then you realize you have a problem. Right?
Yes.
And I'd prefer to know sooner so I can fix it sooner.
Real attention, but I don't.
No,
I don't. And the funny story about this build is I came up with it and said, okay, fine, great, it's gonna work, it's fine. And then I realized I missed iron. So
yes.
I stamped on those requester chests. Okay, let's fix it because I have no idea how I'm gonna belt iron with this thing in.
No. Oh. Okay, so you missing an axe. Give me an axe. Done. That goes down a square. That goes up a square. Up a square. I don't have anything on me. I need long-handed inserters and belt.
I can help you with that. What kind of belt?
Underground belt.
There you go. For the long-handed underground belts, blue ones.
That'll do.
Yeah, let's go for blue ones. There you go.
Thank you. Underground belt.
Oh, I see you. I see you.
There we go. Iron. I have no idea if I can feed it fast enough.
Yeah, well, sometimes you're so focused on what you do, you forget about other things. That's okay.
Yeah,
and I definitely would prefer it to be belted in than botted in.
Look, it's 50-50, yeah, 50-50, half a dozen the other, you know. It's not exactly high throughput, it's not going to matter if it comes in via bots. In fact, you know, requesting in 400 is probably a little bit ridiculous, but, you know, we already covered how... You got you
Yeah,
buffer
it's
just a little bit.
basically take the factory, paste on the box. It will automatically adjust regarding the speed, and then remove what you don't need.
Yeah, it automatically
That's
requests
what I
1
did.
minute
It's a
worth.
it's a quick fix, and yeah, I
So,
like the belt. I'm probably gonna use it
oh well, there you
and
go.
remove those boxes.
I'm glad I helped. I helped. I hindered. I somethinged. So yeah, overall, not a bad little base. I do appreciate that you've kept on the steam power, even though you went a little bit crazy with the buffering again of just a tank or two.
It's a belt I took from you. Another one.
Yeah, I know, but mine's calculated.
Mine is too. There is an alarm.
No, but mine's calculated of how much production I have in tanks. You know, I know.
If I cut solar, it goes down real fast.
I imagine it does. I imagine it does. Steam engines don't produce a lot of power.
And I have also heavy modified solar.
Yes,
Basically,
I saw those.
it's right here in the beginning. One of those is
The Mark III solar panels. They are
there are and
125 times as good as the standard ones.
No, not 25 times, 100 times.
125 times.
Well, it's the second level. Each level is 10 times the previous one.
Oh no, this mod's changed. This is a slightly different version. So this would be
It's 100 times. It's 100 times the normal. One field is 100 times. It's basically 100 fields.
Yeah.
And I'm building up the next level, which would be 1,000 times.
Yeah, just
because
in case you just
I'm running short. I'm running short.
Oh really?
Yes, I am. At the end of the night, the steam has to kick in.
I saw the steam was kicking in. Oh. Okay, so you go. More power.
Yeah. And since I had no landfill to make heaps and huge solar arrays,
With the slightly tiny solar fields that
I went for a tiny one, which takes a huge amount of resources and a lot of time to build.
So overall, it's a nice little base, and I do appreciate the fact that I've been allowed to have a tour of it.
Oh, my pleasure.
You've done what, 50 million iron and 30 million copper, 28 million circuits, blue circuits. That's the one I'm curious about. 1 million blue circuits. There you go. Chew through a bit of materials. And
I did.
Science is good question. Where is science?
Down below.
No, in the production list. So you're doing 60 science per minute, which is what, 1 per second.
Yeah, 1 per second. That's the initial build. 5 reds, 6 greens, 12 blues, and it stayed that way.
It stayed that way.
I haven't changed, and I haven't modded it. I should do it. And basically, I'm trying to grow bigger. I would like to. Well, it would be an achievement if I could reach 100 science pack per minute already.
Double it.
And I would definitely like to go real big, but resources are scarce. I need to go far, and I think when generating the map, it generates its resources before water. So a lot of it has been drowned.
It has. That is.
And I need to go very far to find some decent resources. Like if you look at the far north for that uranium stuff, I had enough. So I said, okay, let's go for it.
That's a little bit overkill. No, your patches are very, very large. But you're just not... I found a problem with your patches.
Oh?
Yep. Yellow belt.
Yellow, then red, then blue.
Half your miner's not working.
Because it's backed up. Is it? I think it's backed up completely.
Yeah, but you've got room in your chests, so it's not backed up completely. Your belts are not fast enough. This is why I advocate blue belt everything. The faster the better. So, Yeah, that would be my suggestion. Change over your defense blueprint, and just a small modification to have it load the roboport automatically for you. It's just one less thing you can do. It's one of the things I ummed and ahed about with my defensive blueprint. Trying to work out a way to automatically load it when I copied and pasted the next wall segment on, but at the same time not have bots sitting around doing nothing on belts. Lots of prod mods are needed. Because prod mods are your friends.
They are.
And
they are. I need to prod mod the hell out of all of this.
Yeah, and that's going to be the quickest way you're going to find yourself upgrading from what you're doing to, 100 per second, or 100 per minute, or even 120 per minute, doubling your science. Simply adding prod mods to what you have, and speed beacons would probably get you there, to be honest.
Probably will.
Probably will. Going to be a lot of tweaking.
But I need to redo the whole science stuff, and that's on my to-do list. But first, there is always something to do. So now I need to look at that green bus, because you obviously saw there is something going wrong with it.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing I need to do, basically.
Yeah, the joys of Factorio, where there's always something going on.
Right. And I'm the kind of guy that goes, "Ooh, shiny!" You know, I walk and I have something to do, and I have it in mind. Walk through something that's not working the way I should. Say, "Oh, shiny!" And then I stop completely everything I'm doing and go fix that. And then I forgot what I was doing.
Yeah, the shiny method. Again, there is a mod for that puts a notepad up the top left, and then you can write a list. I normally recommend the item number 1 on the list. Write a list, and then I never get to item number 2. Because something shiny came up and I had to fix it, and I just forgot to write the list. So, thank you very much for letting me have a tour. It's been great. And I don't know, maybe we'll come back and have a look at the base again when it's got more prod mods. It's.
I'll definitely continue work on it, and if I reach 1,000 packs per minute, I'll invite you again.
Excellent!
So we can make a difference and see what has been fixed or not, because shiny.
Shiny. That's about it.
For the defense station, the main issue I'll have is how to put it there, because those pumps are strategically placed to be just between the wagons of the normal train and to fit the oil train. Do you see what I mean?
I do see what you mean, and my answer is put the pump and the pipe on the outside.
What outside?
So let's look at the new one that we just did, which has got no power. Somebody broke something.
Yeah, I might has been eaten already.
Probably.
Yeah.
And then...
Oh, a pole. A pole was eaten.
Spider's got hungry. So if you look at the one... Oops. That didn't work. If you look at the one down there, I've just blueprinted. That's where I would put it. I just move it to the outside. You'd have to move the substation as well, but that's where I put the roboport. Because you have 2 inserters right there that are doing nothing. They have no commands. So you could put the roboports in that wagon.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I got to call it for this episode. As always, thank you guys for watching. Thank Wismerhill for inviting me. If anybody else wants to add their maps or have me have a look, best bet's to jump on Discord. Links for Discord are down in the description below. And that's about it. Thank you very much, Wismerhill, for...
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, having a smoke.
Wismerhill.
Yeah, Wismerhill. There we go. That's the fun of inviting me along. I get to bust those, you know. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.